Birthstone Beauty Project Pan was created by Amanda D and Jessica Lee of the PANtastic ladies, and it was all about associating products with the birthstones of each month. This is my 4th update so far for the project, and coincidentally enough, I have 4 previously completed goals, which means I have 8 to go over with you today, starting with January. I did pick the shade Rose Quartz for my January product, and for the product itself, I went with the Beauty Bar Baby Multichrome Flake in the shade Unicorn Fantasy. And no, I couldn't have picked a more orange colored product for the prompt of Rose Quartz. This product is so light that if I were to open it and show you, it would be everywhere. So I'm hoping the pictures will suffice, even though they came out a little bit darker than I intended. I am not the best photographer, that is for sure. However, I really enjoy this product. I think it gives more of a warm opalescent kind of glitter to the skin instead of an orange kind of glow. It just kind of leans more warmly, so you don't get like pure orange when you use this. I did reach for it 10 times this past month for a total of 33 uses so far this project. And as for weights, it's very unexciting. I have no idea how much product is in these little things. I tried to go back to the company and figure out how much they put in, but I feel like they've repackaged their products since I bought these, and they definitely don't sell near as many as they used to. So I think they have less, and now they sell in a bigger size, because there is definitely not 2 grams of product in this tiny little thing, because I am about a third of the way through this one, and you're gonna see in a second that that does not reflect in weights if this was a 2-gram product. So in January when I brought it in, it was 5.9 grams. In February, it went down to 5.8 grams. And then every single month since February, it has weighed 5.8 grams, which means this month I have a weight change of 0, and this whole entire project I have a weight change of 0.1 gram. And like I said, I'm about a third of the way through this now. I feel like I need to apologize to February's Amethyst product. This is the Tarte Loose Glitter, or the Tarte Mermaid Loose Glitter, and I neglected it again this month. I think there's something subconsciously that I'm like, oh, I'll just use it in October, it'll be fine, it'll be fine. And then there's another part of me that's like, what if you forget to pack it? What if you bring it and you don't use it all? Maybe you should be using some of it now and use it up in October, which sounds like a better plan. But unfortunately, I can't seem to bring myself to use it, and I think it's because it's so chunky. It kind of seems more like a body glitter than a face glitter. Who knows, maybe now with summer coming up it'll be a lot more easier to use it, because it was technically winter for us up until about 2 days ago. So maybe I'll start dipping into this again, but yeah, unfortunately it got neglected another month. So 0 uses this month means we're still at a total of 2 uses so far this project. That sounds so sad. And as for weights, it was 8.6 grams back in January. In February, it went down to 7.8. In March, it went down to 7.7, and that is where it has stayed. So this month, I have a weight change of 0, which is to be expected, and overall, I have used 0.9 gram of the product. March's Aquamarine was a previous goal complete, so we're going to skip right into April. For April, I'm working on my Zeesea, what is this called? And now that I've learned it, it's like a mouthful and I can't seem to remember it. It's the Glitter Galaxy Colored Liquid Eyeshadow in the shade Pandora box. I really think that this is more of like a liner as per a liquid eyeshadow, just based on the brush that they kind of put in with the packaging. The packaging itself is also not the best, as I wasn't able to get anything below that black line there, so I did have to decant it. So I did take a couple of pictures to kind of show you different angles on it. We are working on the white colored glitter, not the purple glitter. The purple glitter is the product I had to decant with it, because the Zeesea actually dried out when I decanted it first, and I threw it in with this hoping it would kind of give a little bit of life back to it, and luckily it did. So it's gonna stay in here until we're done with it, and I feel like that's actually, I'm not gonna say next month, maybe like a couple of months from now, I feel like we're actually gonna be able to do it, because it's starting to look more purple than white. But this is a close-up of it right here. As you can see, it's just in that one little spot there that we gotta work on. Like, it's getting so close. As for this product, I did not weigh it just because I didn't think it was useful, being the fact that I decanted it into another product that I'm also using that product as well. But for uses, I did get 9 uses on it last month for a total of 41 so far this project. So May wasn't a goal to use up a product, it was more to get some organic use out of a product, and that is my Cleonod Cosmetics and Emily Violet Marie Dragon Fruit brushes. These are so cute. They actually remind me more of watermelon than they do of dragon fruit, but that's okay. neither here nor there. And I'm happy to say that things are actually, you know, picking up with these. Like initially last month I said that I was really focusing on this highlighter brush here, that I was really enjoying it. This little lip brush here now I've actually been using for my inner corner because it actually packs the color pretty good. And then I've actually been I've reached for this one as well to kind of get in my inner corner for color. These two I've been using for blending, and unfortunately I still haven't really been reaching for this one. But that means I'm reaching for 5 out of 6 of the brushes, and that is a heck lot better than what I was doing prior to this project. I am happy to say with these brushes this month, I reached for them 29 times. I am so happy about that, which means I have now used these 80 times since the beginning of the year, and I can definitely say we're definitely getting that organic use that I really wanted with these. I don't think there's going to be an end goal with these. I think I'm just going to keep counting them to the end of the year and see how much use I actually get out of them. So I unfortunately have another neglected product, and if you've watched these updates before, you probably know what it is based on the first neglected product. It is my Tarte Mermaid face and body gems, and the spiel is kind of the same for that glitter as it is for these gems. They're perfect for that trip. I think I'm just subconsciously holding on to them when I really should be using them and then using them up on that trip. So hopefully things will eventually change, but until then, I got another neglected month of this. 0 uses on them this month means that we are still at 3 total uses so far this project. I think my goal between now and next month is I want to at least use either some of the glitter or some of the gems. Like one of them's gonna get at least 1 use. That is my goal. July's Ruby was a previous goal completed, so on to August. So for August Peridot, I did end up choosing my Listerine Zero mouthwash in the flavor of green tea. And unfortunately, this did end up expiring last month, and I gave it the best shot I could to try and use as much as possible. But I knew last month that it wasn't going to be an empty, and I even let you guys know that. However, I can say that I got down to pretty much the little bulby part right here. Like we're right above that little spot there. So I gave it a real good go. I am going to keep working on this because I've used expired mouthwash before. I kind of know what to look out for, and the one that I did end up using up was way more expired than, like, what is this now? Like May 8th, is it? So it's like 8 days expired. So like, I think we're still good. We're gonna give it the best shot to use it up this month, but I think it's gonna be an empty for next month. As for this product, I did reach for it 15 times last month for a total of 38 times. And yes, all 15 of those my mouth did peel. So this product is 100% not for me, but we're getting through it. As for weights, when I brought this in January, it was 1,101.2 grams. Last month it was 666.5 grams, and this month it is 403.9 grams, which means I used 262.6 grams this past month and a total of 697.3 grams so far this project. And like I said, I don't think it's going to be empty next month, but I definitely think it's going to be empty for the month after that. For September's Sapphire, I picked my favorite color of the ColourPop Volumizing Mascara in the shade Blue Ya Mind. I love this cobalt blue. The formula of the ColourPop mascaras are pretty meh, but like it's the colors that really get you. You buy them more for the colors than you do for the actual formula. Sorry ColourPop, it is true. This one unfortunately got its best use in March when I was doing a lot of green looks because green and blue go really good together. This month I'm focusing on an orangey pink, and this doesn't really go, so it's not really getting that much use. And last month I also focused on more kind of like cranberry and raspberry shades, so again it's kind of sitting on the back burner. However, I'm definitely going to have to start reaching for those green shades again sometime in the future, and it's going to have its moment to shine again. However, even though it wasn't the product of the month, I still reached for it 3 times, bringing my total uses to 19 times this project. I also was keeping track of the weight on this product. When I brought it in January, it was 33.2 grams. Last month it was 32.8 grams, and unfortunately out of those 3 uses I didn't get a weight change, so it's still at 32.8 grams. In total though, I have used up 0.4 gram of product. October was a goal complete, so I would say let's skip to November, but November is also a goal complete, so let's jump all the way to the end at December. For December, this is going to look very familiar because it's also a Beauty Bar Baby multi-chrome flake, but this one is in Unicorn Horn, and this is for the Birthstone of Blue Topaz. This one fits perfectly. This is such a beautiful shade of blue. I reach for this one when I do more cool tone looks, so kind of like back in March when I was playing with a lot of greens. This one definitely had its moment to shine back then as well. So it's waiting for the greens to kind of come back into play so it can get used as well. However, I do reach for it occasionally. So this past month I did get 4 uses out of it, bringing my total to 25 uses so far this project. And this one is the least exciting when it comes to weight out of any product in this project. And that is, it came in January at 5.6 grams. It is now May and it is still 5.6 grams. So 0 change monthly and 0 change this whole entire project. So those are my products and their progress so far for the Birthstone Beauty Project Pan. I think the mouthwash is definitely going to be the next one to be used up, but that Zeesea liquid eyeshadow I think is getting really close to being used up as well, which is super exciting. Like I said, it's not going to be next month for either of those products, but I think it's going to be in the next couple. So thank you for spending your time with me and watching my update. I hope you are doing well and I hope you're enjoying the weather, because I finally am too. I feel like I just finally caught up to everybody, so yay for sunshine. However, like I said, I appreciate you being here and watching my video today, and until the next one, I hope the day treats you well. Bye!